They were known in high society, not just for their wealth, but for their charm, their arrogance, and their dangerous games. Tunde was the smooth talker, the kind of man who could make a stranger feel like the center of the universe within 5 minutes. He owned clubs, drove the flashiest cars, and wore confidence like a second skin. Emeka was the strategist, quiet, calculating, always watching. He didn't speak much, but when he did, his words had weight. Women found his mystery irresistible. Femi was the entertainer, loud, funny, unpredictable. He could make anyone laugh, but behind the jokes was a man who never took anything seriously, especially not love. And then there was Chinedu, the leader, whether the others admitted it or not. Tall, handsome, with a presence that filled every room. He didn't chase women, they chased him, and when he caught them, he let them go just as easily. Together, they made a pact long ago. No woman would ever take their hearts. They would play, enjoy, move on. No attachments, no consequences. Or so they thought. It started on a warm Friday night. Tunde's newest club was packed. Music thundered through the walls, glasses clinked, laughter echoed. The four men sat in their usual VIP section, watching the crowd like kings surveying their kingdom. Another night, another story, Femi said, raising his glass. Another girl crying by morning, Emeka added dryly. Chinedu smirked. That's not our fault. They always expect more. And we never give it, Tunde laughed. They all clinked glasses. That was when she walked in. Everything slowed. She wasn't dressed louder than the others. No glittering dress, no dramatic entrance. But there was something about her, something calm, powerful, almost untouchable. Her name, they would later learn, was Kimbali. She moved through the crowd with quiet confidence, her eyes scanning the room like she already knew she belonged there. When she reached the bar, the bartender straightened instinctively. "Who is that?" Tunde murmured. "I don't know," Emeka said, leaning forward slightly. "But she's different." Chinedu didn't say anything. He was watching her carefully, something unfamiliar flickering in his eyes. Femi grinned. "Gentlemen, I think we just found our next challenge." They didn't approach her together. That would have been too obvious, too easy. Instead, Tunde made the first move. He slid onto the stool beside her, flashing his signature smile. "You look like someone who doesn't belong in a place like this." Kimbali didn't turn immediately. She took a slow sip of her drink before glancing him. "And you look like someone who says that to every woman," she replied calmly. Tunde blinked, surprised. Then he laughed. "You are sharp." "I have to be." He liked that. He liked that she didn't melt. But what he didn't realize was that she was already studying him, measuring him. That night, she gave him just enough attention to keep him interested, and then she left. No number, no promise, just a mystery. The next day, Emeka saw her, not at a club, not at a party, at a quiet art gallery. She wore a completely different look, simple, elegant, almost unrecognizable. He wouldn't have noticed her if not for her eyes. He approached her slowly. "Do you always disappear after making an impression?" She turned as if surprised. "Do I know you?" For a second, Emeka hesitated. Something felt off, but then she smiled slightly. "Or maybe you are just another man trying to start a conversation." He chuckled. "Maybe I am." That day they talked about art, about life, about ambition. She listened more than she spoke, drawing him in deeper with every word. And just like with Tunde, she left before anything could be defined. No number, no certainty, only curiosity. Days passed. Femi met her at a roadside cafe, but this time she was different again. Playful, lively, laughing easily at his jokes. "You are funny," she told him. "I know," he grinned. "You must have a lot of women." He shrugged. "Not the ones that matter."